Fucking Mick Zerafa gets stopped by Erislandy Lara. Let's talk about it. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe. What was that, round number 3? Mick Zerafa gets stopped in front of his sister, who's unfortunately dealing with breast cancer. Erislandy Lara is on his way to be 41 years old next week, or in about a week and a half or so. He gets stopped by, I mean, it's pretty much over for him, I guess, on its top level. World title shot, second world title shot. First was against Peter Quillen, where he got sent out on the stretcher, and in this one he just ate left hand straight down the pipe from the near 41-year-old Erislandy Lara, who's now balding, by the way, showing his age. Mick Zerafa, 31-4 with 19 KOs, just got stopped by Erislandy Lara for the WBA title at 160 pounds. The 160-pound division is pretty much all over the place. Let me get you a replay. Put him right down. Put him right down. That'll do, pig. That'll do. And he's just laying there. Get up, Mick. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Cuban school. Cuban school. Oh, there's the thumbnail right there. There's the thumbnail. And the sad part about it is, he's just, he's not, look, and he's shaking his head, falling backwards. He's done on world level. And he petitioned for this fight. Originally, they tried to make Danny Garcia versus Erislandy Lara the catchweight at 155, but Mick Zerafa was supposed to fight on the undercard and make and get a step aside agreement, but he wasn't getting any money, and he was stumbling along the line to try to make Lara versus Garcia, and basically he petitioned the WBA to say, hey, listen, I'm tired of waiting around. Let's make this fight. So he is torn, obviously, and now where does he go from here? Here's the 160-pound division. Jamal Charlo holding the belt up for like 3 years now. Carlos Adames should be elevated to the champion. Charlo just needs to just give it up. He even told the WBC at one point in time to come get the belt before his last fight on a media call. Erislandy Lara, as you know, has the WBA. Janjabek Alim Hanallah has the IBF and the WBO titles. He is somewhat of the boogeyman, and it's just overall a weak division. You know, ever since Golovkin and Canelo been going, it's just a weak division. You know? So I'm guessing they'll probably revisit Erislandy Lara versus Danny Garcia, because Danny Garcia was in the building. He's in the building. He had an interview with Brian Custer, but I didn't get a chance to really listen to it. So that's my fault. But, you know, nice solid win for Erislandy Lara. I guess he's probably going to disappear again now. You know, but if you think about it, he hasn't really done anything since Castaño. And then before that, he ain't doing anything since Austin Trout and Canelo. So after Canelo, he fought Ishe Smith ill, Devin Rodriguez ill, Janzabek ill. By the way, here's an interesting stat about Erislandy Lara. He was the last fight for PBC on ESPN, stunk it up, and he was the last fight for PBC on Spike, stunk it up. Let's listen in.
Of the world, Erislandy, the American Dream, Lara.
American Dream, and still don't speak a lick of English. He's been over here like 30 years. It was a round 2 stoppage. He was on Knockout Kings on PlayStation 2. Still ain't speaking no English. But yeah, his resume has been nasty. Let's see if they interview him. Where's Claudia Trejos?
As he remains a middleweight champion, improving to 33-3 with his 18th knockout.
Well, and the thing is, he just be so basic but so accurate. He only has 2 punches, the jab and the left hand. That's the only punches he got. But if you let him get into a system with that, he'll tear you up with them joints. But as I was saying, looking at his resume, look, after Canelo, Ishe Smith, Delvin Rodriguez, Janzabek, Venice Monterosi, Yuri Foreman, Terrell Goucher, then Jared Hurd just came in at 200 pounds and just bully walked him down. He couldn't keep Jared Hurd off of him. Then Brian Castaño, he started showing his age. And then he fought Canelo's balding brother, Ramon Alvarez, ill. Greg Vendetti, ill. Thomas Lamana, ill. Gary Spike O'Sullivan, ill. And then Mick Zerafa, okay, I guess you kind of say ill too. So he's in need of a big fight, like ASAP. Kind of shocking that they didn't interview Erislandy Lara for winning. I don't know if something's going on with Claudia Trejos. By the way, Rolly versus Isak Cruz. This pay-per-view is flowing through. It is 9:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's flowing. So that's what's up. We're going to get my colleague Big J on the line and see what he has to say about the fight. Yeah, Mick Zerafa got stopped in 2. What do you think about the fight? I think he's done on world level. He'll never get another chance like that again. Your thoughts?
Well, it's fucking heartbreaking because, as I said, his sister's fighting cancer, and then the fight was for his sister. This was his one and only opportunity at a world title fight, and against a man who's at least a decade older. Because, as you keep on saying, the Cubans lie about their age. If he's 41, he's probably 47.
Yeah.
So, and he just got his lights punched the fuck out by a man, well, at least a decade older. And Mick showed, I mean, that was the worst way he could lose the fight. Now everyone's just going to write him off and go, well, that's him done. And I guarantee Team Zoo's just...
Lara only has 2 punches. He only has the jab in the left hand. Like, he only has 2 punches.
Well, that's all he needed, which shows how, this is and I guarantee Team Zoo's now chuckling to themselves going, well, we don't have to worry about him anymore, do we?
Yeah, you know what? I'm thinking to myself, like, as I was watching the replay, he started nodding his head, like almost like he was saying like he was done. You know, it didn't seem like once he got down that he really wanted to continue anymore. I just, that's the way I looked at it. It didn't look like he wanted to be in there anymore.
No, well, I heard reports that, his training camp wasn't that flash and things weren't going to, and obviously it showed because the last only 2 rounds with,
yeah.
But then again, if you look, but then again, as we've said, is Mick really world level? No, not really, because every time he goes overseas, he gets beat and beat badly.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's got that record. I mean, he's got that either way decision with Kell Brook, but every other time he's gone overseas, he's been beaten and beaten convincingly. So,
yeah.
So I think, unfortunately, I think that's it for Mick Zerafa. I don't think he'll get another opportunity unless he starts beating some real competition, and that's the problem with Aussies, and Liam Wilson is the same. They go from fighting domestic level fights to world title fights, don't fight anyone in between and get their asses handed to them.
Well, that's 2 Aussies down in less than 24 hours.
They've got to, you've got to start fighting international competition overseas that is top 15. That's what Aussies don't do. Yeah. They go straight from domestic level to world title fights.
That is true. I have noticed that.
They've got to stop doing that because they keep on getting their asses handed to them.
Yeah.
So it's very, very unfortunate. So much for the Aussie takeover because we ain't taking over nothing at the moment. We still got Tim. But, yeah, that's very, very disappointing, and that will probably be the last shot Mick will get unless he really starts beating some people convincingly. And he's got to stop.
The benefit of it is he's still, he's 32. But let's be honest, he's not getting back on world level. It's not happening. He just don't got it. He just don't got it.
No, it's just, if he stopped switching trainers every 10 seconds, he would probably have, there was never ever been any real stability in Mick's stable. I mean, every fight he's changing trainers. His team changes more often than not. His manager changes more times than he changes his bloody jocks. Yeah. So, it's he's got no stability, and that's what you need. And you look at Tim Tszyu, look at it, same manager, same trainer. Look at the success Tim's got.
Yeah.
So, I really do feel sorry for Mick and his family because, what his sister's going through. I don't know where he goes from here because everyone will be like, well, now what do we do?
Yeah, back to it's a sharp fall now because he's going back down to domestic level, probably fighting in fringe club shows, or he'd be lucky to get on a Tim Tszyu undercard, as the second or third fight on a pay-per-view.
Exactly.
So closing
Well,
thoughts?
someone said to me the other day they could always throw Nikita at him. Like, well, why would they do that? So,
I can see them possibly doing that. And with the way things are going, let's see how it's too early to tell, but let's see, how Nikita Tszyu looks, and I would probably pick Nikita to beat Mick Zerafa. The way he just looked like he just gave up.
yeah, I think he gave up far too easily. Because you saw that.
I mean, maybe
he
he was
tried to
defeated
get back
before
up
he even got into the ring. That's another thing as well.
Yeah, that's what's really. I mean, yeah, that's what's really, really sad. I mean, it's just so disappointing because, Mick, that was Mick's probably one and only chance.
Yeah, on pay-per-view here in the States, a title shot against a longtime champion who's older, by the way, and a guy who's been in there against Canelo, so this was a big chance for him, and he just didn't have what it takes. He didn't have what it takes. Closing thoughts? Because Eastside Crews are on the way to the ring.
Very disappointing. I hope Cruz beats the crap out of Rolly and takes that stupid chain off him. And then we'll roll on to see how Tim goes against Fendora. So, one more to go. So,
all right, take your time out. Like the video, subscribe. You can follow me at TstreeT Controversy and Big J at Old Mate Big J. Stay tuned because the next video after this we're going to be doing together is going to be Tim Tszyu and Sebastian Fendora. Then next week we're going to be doing a podcast to wrap up all the Australian boxing that's happened in the last couple of weeks and potential fights coming up in the future. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.